May buntag niyo tanan. Good morning to you all. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Nandito na naman ako, si Mario. Gagawin na naman ng isang lesson tungkol sa Bitcoin. Ang lesson natin ngayon is maraming nagtatanong sa akin kung if it's still too early to invest in Bitcoin or are we too late? Especially kung nakikita niyo yung presyo ng Bitcoin. Sobrang taas na. Depende lang sa tao yan. It's basically yung conviction ng tao. So, if kung meron kayong high conviction na tataas ang presyo ng Bitcoin, then it's still too early. Pero yung nagdadalawang isip niyo, natatakot kayo, or may duda pa kayo, then maybe it's a little bit too late. If you think about it, Bitcoin nag-umpisa lang 2009, or actually yung white paper was written in 2008 pero they started doing the work 2009. So ilang years lang yun, 2024, that's only, sandali pa, wala pang 15 years pa lang. So kung i-compare mo sa gold at sa mga stock market, bago pa ang Bitcoin. Pero tingnan mo yung presyo ng Bitcoin. Pag umpisa niya sa 2009, it was only worth pennies. Can you imagine kung nakabili ka nun? Pero we don't know. Hindi naman natin alam tungkol sa Bitcoin. We didn't know na ganun tataas. Ngayon, after 2024, umabot na, ano bang price ng Bitcoin ngayon? 66,000 ang isang Bitcoin. Galing pennies na binibigay lang. Ngayon, 66,000 na. Grabe. So parang kung makikita ang tao na hindi pa sanay, makikita nila sobrang mahal na. Siyempre, sasabihin nila, huli na tayo. Hindi na tayo nakasakay sa barko. Naiwan na tayo. Our ship already sailed. And we missed it. Kasi ang tingin nila, tapos na eh. Hindi na affordable. Pero hindi nila alam, ang Bitcoin, pwede mong ibili in fractions. Meron silang tinatawag na Satoshi coins, which is kung 66,000 ang presyo ng Bitcoin, you can buy 1 Satoshi for 0.00066, which is very, very, very cheap. Less than a penny. So makakabili ka pa ng maraming Bitcoin. Again, sasabihin ko sa inyo, the biggest concern is your high conviction ng Bitcoin. Ulit. Para sa akin, my opinion is maaga pa ang Bitcoin. Because I have a really high conviction na aabot ang Bitcoin na over 1 million by 2030. Yan ang ano ko. Don't take this as kasi that's just from my own research. You have to do your own research. Pero yung research ko, nakikita ko na aabot ng 1 million ang price ng Bitcoin by 2030. So kung hindi aabot, then, mataas pa rin. Pero, yun ang, yun ang guess ko. So, that's my research. You don't have to follow that. You can do your own research. So, if based on that, maaga pa. What's 66,000? So, my goal is, bili ako ng bili. Actually, ngayon, huminto ako kasi tumaas na yung average ko eh. Umabot na ng 41,000 ang average ko na price. So, huminto muna ako. I'm waiting na kung, alam mo naman na ang Bitcoin, it goes up and goes down. So, volatile masyado ang Bitcoin. So, kung babagsak ang Bitcoin, bibili na naman ako. So, I'm waiting for it. I know it, yung presyo ng Bitcoin babagsak eh, volatile eh. Pero ang sinasabi niya yung volatility ng Bitcoin is upward volatility. Kung hindi niyo naintindihan yung upward volatility, ibig sabihin nun, pagtaas na naman ng Bitcoin, it's gonna be a higher high. And yung bagsak niya is higher low. So, yung curve niya is pa ganun, pataas. So, volatile, so ganun, mataas masyado, bagsak na naman baba, pataas masyado, pero yung curve niya, it's going upward pa rin. So, knowing that, ba't ka matatakot? In fact, that's when I start buying, yung bumagsak, yung presyo. Meron silang term na sinasabi na buy the dip. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be buying the dip. So I'm gonna lower my my price average. Kasi tumaas na eh. Yung nagbumibili ako ng Bitcoin, nag-umpisa 20,000 lang. Which was in early January 1st, 2023. Nag-umpisa ako 20,000. Yung bagsak pa ang Bitcoin noon. So ngayon, tumaas ng tumaas. Kasi bili ako ng bili. Araw-araw namimili ako eh. So, umabot na ng 41,000 ang ang average ko, and I don't wanna buy more. So, gusto ko pang bumili because my goal is to get at least 1 Bitcoin, But malayo pa ako noon. I only got 0.3 something, almost 0.4 Bitcoin. So, I'm almost halfway there. Pero malayo pa. Tungkol sa Bitcoin na naman, marami na mga institution nag-invest sa Bitcoin. I don't know if napansin nyo, sila Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy, they keep buying Bitcoin. And now, kasi he's always on a circuit, nagsasalita, and talagang pinupush niya ang Bitcoin. Marami ng ibang institution na namimili using their reserve funds. So karamihan ng mga malalaking company meron silang reserve funds na basically cash na nasa bangko lang na hindi gumagalaw. So ang pinupush talaga ni Michael Saylor is kung hindi niyo i-invest yung pera na yan, malulugi kayo. Karamihan ginagamit nila, namimili sila ng other companies, nagpapalaki sila sa negosyo nila. Pero anong nangyayari? Kuminsan nalulugi, kuminsan hindi na nakukuha yung gusto nila. So ang ginagawa ni Michael Saylor, sabi niya na gawin na lang niyo ng, instead of cash, yung reserve niyo, bilhin niyo ng Bitcoin. Kasi that's mataas ang value ng Bitcoin. So, tataas yung yung pera niyo. Hindi malulugi sa inflation. So, that's basically what he's saying. Global adoption. Yesterday, yung lesson ko was about global adoption. Kasi ang Bitcoin is ginagamit nila as a store of value, medium of exchange, and hedge against inflation. Marami ng mga countries na gumagamit doon. El Salvador was the first country, pero hindi lang El Salvador. Maraming countries na mimili na rin using their money, kasi nagpiprint sila ng pera eh. Bumabagsak yung halaga ng pera nila. Every time they print more cash, whatever money countries are. So, ang sinasabi nila ngayon, whenever we print more money, yung pera na extra, ibili na lang ng Bitcoin and use it as our, instead of gold, meron silang reserve. Yan ang store of value na reserve na ginagamit nila. It's Bitcoin na lang. Ginagamit nila sa hedge against inflation. Kasi every time you print more money, lumiliit ang value ng pera mo eh. So, siyempre, kung lumiliit ang value ng pera mo, mas mahal. Everything goes up in price. So, instead of yung isang bagay na 100 pesos lang sana, hindi na kaya. So, nagiging 150 pesos na. Kasi yung presyo ng pera mo, lumiit na eh. So, they use it as a hedge against inflation. And also, they use it as medium exchange kasi it's cheaper that way and it's easier to send money and yung gagamit nyo as an exchange, then lalong tumaas yung value ng pera mo. Ngayon, ang market start to mature now. The more Bitcoins being accepted and adopted worldwide, the governments are out there to protect the citizen. So there's more regulation now, which is maraming ayaw ng regulation. Pero ako, I don't really mind regulation kasi the job of this regulation is to protect the citizen, the masses, the people. So ang regulation, they help protect the investors and reduce market manipulation. So they want to make sure na legitimate. So it gives you the risk is less, and kung tatanggapin nun ng gobyerno, it gives you legitimacy. So importante yan. So yun lang, ayaw ko na over-regulated naman, na there has to be a balance. Kung sobra namang regulated na hindi nagagalaw, tatakot ng mga tao, siyempre nakakasira rin. Pero enough regulation na it protects the public, di ba? Yun na naman tingnan natin eh. And Bitcoin, as you know, limited ang supply. You can only make 21 million coins. So ang demand will just keep going up, and the supply goes down, and the value will go up. So compared to gold, maganda pa rin ang Bitcoin. So if you're asking the question again, is it too late or is it too early? My answer is still too early, pero it really depends on your conviction. And again, inulit ko agad yung lahat ng mga points bakit importante yung the limited supply, the high demand, the maturity of the market, the adoption, global adoption of Bitcoin, the institutional adoption of Bitcoin, and it points towards Bitcoin is being accepted all over the world, and it points towards na maaga pa tayo. Believe me, it's gonna go up, maaga pa tayo, and hopefully mag-invest kayo. And that's what I'm doing basically, is I'm basically telling people to invest in Bitcoin, because that would help you in the future. Si Mario Leito, maraming salamat, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.